everyone, it's Bloom here, and welcome to my Let's Play of Rule of Rose. If you know anything about survival horror, you probably know a little bit about this game already, but just in case you don't, this is a game made in 2006 by Punchline for the PlayStation 2, and Punchline has only made one game before this, and since, called Tulip, which is arguably even weirder and more obscure than this one. A lot of the popularity of this game came from its surrounding controversy. It was not banned. It was never banned. But people like to throw that word around because it's super clickbaity. But basically the deal with this game is that in addition to containing a lot of violent content, as its genre is known for, it also deals with some very mature themes, like childhood trauma and sexual assault. But coming from someone who is very critical whenever these subjects are used in media, the way they're done in this game is all very subtextual. But this was, it was completely blown out of proportion, particularly in the UK, where there were lots of rumors being spread around about, like, children being buried alive, and there's eroticism with the underage age characters, and, none of this is true. And in the UK, it wasn't banned, I cannot stress this enough, but they basically bullied the distributors into taking the game off the shelves without any legal jurisdiction. So, long story short, it was not published in the UK, but it was published in the rest of Europe. There is a PAL release. This game has gained a huge cult following over the years. Theories are still being made about it. The game is still to this day being data mined, and people are discovering new things about it and talking about it and coming up with theories on what things in this game mean, which is all really interesting. However, this is going to be a regular walkthrough. I did an analysis series a long time ago on my old channel, but it was all very spoilery, so this time I'm just going to do a regular Let's Play, so people who aren't familiar with the game can still watch it without being spoiled. As I mentioned before, this is a horror game. There is some blood and violence, as well as some very mature themes, particularly in the Mermaid Princess chapter. There's some subtext about sexual abuse. Nothing graphic in that sense. It's mostly told through metaphor and symbolism, but it is definitely there, and it overshadows a lot of the stuff in the game. The game also deals with things like child and animal abuse. Again, mostly subtextual, but be warned. Alright, we are going to have plenty of time to talk about this game as we play, so here we go! I think I will just let the rest of the opening play out, because I have said all that I want to for now. The opening's so long, but it's so good. I never get tired of it. It's so pretty. I think they actually, like, had a different company. Like, the game makers didn't make the FMVs. They had them commissioned by Shirogumi Inc. So they made the FMVs, and they were made to look especially beautiful back then, and they do hold up. Go to options. Contrast is not contrast, it's brightness. I don't know why it's listed as contrast. That's wrong. We're gonna turn it up because some places are pretty dark, and it'll look better on video if I put the brightness up. I don't know why it says noir filter. It's noise filter. Why is it called noir? And I have a cheat that turns the noise all the way off. I tried to turn it off, but I couldn't get it to turn off for some reason. I would like a little noise, and if you put the noise at 1, or the noir, rather, it does a little noise, but not too much, and then 9 is, like, very noisy. And I like that look, but looks like we're not gonna have the noise filter on, which is fine. Whatever. Alright. So, let's begin.
Once upon a time, there was a precious little girl. Her friend, the princess of the Red Rose,
was always at her side. Then one day, her mummy and daddy died suddenly, and the poor little girl was sent away to a strange house. Jennifer, play with me, Jennifer. Read the story. Please read the story. What happens next?
What's this? Wait, please. Where are you going?
March 1930. The Little Princess. The Little Princess. Looks like Pyramid Head. Once upon a time, there was a precious little girl. Her friend, the Princess of the Red Rose, was always at her side. Then one day, her mummy and daddy died suddenly. The princess, too, disappeared, leaving the girl all alone. And the poor little girl was sent away to a strange house. Suddenly, the girl was all alone. And so, the story begins. A mysterious, unthinkable, filthy tale. However, the young girl Jennifer had no choice but to surrender to the unsettling predicament. Oh, what an unlucky girl. So some people start complaining, like, why the heck did she get off the bus and chase this random dude? And I can't... The criticism gets really tiring. after a while. I don't want to spoil it, but the best answer I can give you right now is that you're probably thinking about the story a bit too literally. I'm not going to... My urge is to just, like, go around and examine everything, but I feel like I'll do another analysis walkthrough, and that's when I'll examine everything. So, she runs pretty slow, but honestly, I don't have a problem with that either. That's another criticism, that this game gets. And the combat is definitely the main criticism you hear. She can actually fight right now. As you can probably guess, she's not very good at fighting. We'll be able to get a weapon before we have our first battle. But, like, there actually isn't that much necessary combat in this game. You just... If you don't want to fight, you can just run away. It's very easy to do. I think people complain so much, and it's like, yes, the combat is bad, but, like, deal with it, you big baby. As the girl approached the sign, she heard a dog's bark. It sounded strangely familiar to her and beckoned her to come. So yeah, I'm not going to look at everything. I'm just going to do the necessary stuff. I'm not going to do a speed run. I'm going to do a little bit of exploration, but we're going to be here forever if we look at everything. So this is just my regular spoiler-free walkthrough. There's an old padlock on the door. However, it's not locked. A slip of paper is tied to the dog's collar. It's a slip of paper with boarding pass and a picture of a fish on it. Jennifer found boarding pass. The name Brown is on the dog's collar. Jennifer found dog collar. I actually do own a copy of this game. A real one, not a reproduction cartridge. Reproduction disc. And following the boy up the road, she came upon a huge old mansion. For some reason, this place seems familiar to the unlucky girl. I mean, I of course own all the games I play. Piracy is wrong. Don't do it. But yeah, I own a real copy, and it's one of the rarest PlayStation 2 games. I got it in 2010, for $25 on eBay, and, like, even back then it was pretty rare, but now you can see it, like, my copy's in super good condition and comes with the booklet and everything, and like, it would sell for, like, $700 today. It's one of my most prized possessions. I'm very proud of it, but I also think that the guy who sold it to me probably wants me dead. Children with bags over their heads are beating something with a stick. The unlucky girl was frightened and backed away from the gate. No one allowed without a pass. About using items. At certain locations, you can use items to interact with your surroundings. From the menu screen, choose an item and select Use. No one allowed without a pass. Legend of Stray Dog. Stray Dog gives us sweets. A trail of blood leads into the mansion as if something has been dragged inside. Entrance this way. A large portrait is on the wall. The unlucky girl felt the chilling gaze of many eyes upon her. Yet she was all alone. There's a rubbish bin tied tightly with rope. About saving. No. I don't remember what it said. Whatever, it's not important. You save there. Many bulging sacks are piled up in a heap. It smells awful. Oh, and she'll, like, run out of energy and go like this, but it doesn't actually affect her running speed. Red roses are arranged in a vase. They're vibrant and fresh. The record player is broken. There's a record player and broadcasting equipment. There's a small model of a mansion inside the tank, but no fish. Something is written in the notebook. March 2nd, 1930. Recently, the children have been engaging in odd activities and spreading disturbing rumors. Rumors about creatures that come after children who don't clean up and stray dogs that kidnap small tots. It's all very bizarre. We'll be able to explore the rest of this place later. Was that a glitch, or... I think that was a glitch. That, when that happens, it functions the same as a locked door. Let me get back to the hallway. If someone shuts the door on you, it means that you can't get in. It's the same as a locked door. And usually when you find a door locked and it doesn't, like, say something special on the door, like, there's a something on the door, maybe you need a key, it means that you don't get to open the door. And usually when a door is locked, it means that you won't be able to open the door for the rest of the chapter. But if someone shuts the door on you, it means that you might be able to open the door at some other time, but it's not definite. At some other time during the chapter, but, like, either way, all it means is you can't get through the door. You can't just keep trying the door and, like, pushing the kids out of the way or something like that. It doesn't work. And there's a lot of interesting stuff to examine here, but if we do that, it's going to take forever. Again, I will save that for an analysis run or a long play or something like that. I'm doing everything in the wrong order, and so it's not showing up. Ah! There's a creepy doll tied to the pillar. Jennifer found old photo. It's a faded group photo taken in front of the mansion. Scalpel, dental forceps, gloves, scissors. There's blood all over them. Jennifer found orphanage map. The maps aren't very useful in this game because the textures are such bad quality. But it doesn't matter. I know my way around these places without the maps. And if we get lost, we'll just be able to see more stuff. That looks like a fire hazard. When the unlucky girl approached the boy, he said, "My, aren't you a slowpoke like always? Here, read me the rest of the story. You know the book I handed you?" And the poor little girl was sent away to a strange house. At her new home, the aristocrat club lived by the rule of Rose, but the girl found herself very much alone. We will now begin the funeral. All those attending, please gather around at this time. Come on, Jennifer, the funeral is about to begin. It's a funeral for your dear friend. Before she realized it, the boy was gone, and the girl was left in confusion. The boy was nowhere to be found. When the girl went out to the yard, she found a shovel standing before a grave. The unlucky girl sensed that something very dear to her was buried here. As if possessed, she began to dig furiously.
Just look at you.
You're filthy.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on our flight. Attention all passengers. We will be taking off in a short while. Please take all large luggage to Section 8 of the freight storage compartment. Thank you.
If you find yourself thinking, wow, this is so stupid, how did she get overpowered by a bunch of little kids? I again ask you to consider that you may be thinking about the story a bit too literally, and also she's a scrawny 19-year-old, and they're like preteens, and there's multiple of them. They could probably overpower her. So deal with it.